गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ओम धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा अपरैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यते यत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तःप्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णुवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुनिये नमः। शौनकादृषिभ्यो अत्र्यादृषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो नमः। आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिः हित्वा अन्यथा रूपम् स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ विंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। हरि ओम, saluting the Lord, saluting entire Guram Parampara. We are in this effort with our own capacity, that in spite of the outer, whatever the yuga dharma of rajas tamas, also of our own inner prakriti and the prarabdha, having going through all of them, we all are trying consistently to pull our minds towards the chanting of this great Purana Bhagavatam, and also trying to listen to the knowledge information given to get convinced at our intellectual level about Bhagavan being the goal, and the human life is an opportunity given to pursue that goal through sadhana. It's a great effort to be consistently maintaining the inspiration and readiness in ourselves. One day, 2 day, 3 day, studying, listening is okay. But then, if somebody is able to do it consistently, that means we are doing our really efforts, best efforts. And as a seekers of ultimate, as we go ahead, remember, the path appears to be tough also, and seemingly we are left alone. This is how the spiritual sadhana, where all supports are taken away, only then it is proved that we are that truth which is a support of everything else. So let the moods swing, let the situations come and go whatever the way, but we keep up our inspiration, we consistently do our chanting, our shravanam, our study, our mananam, and add to the existing knowledge, strengthen it, little deeper conviction, little more of the practice. Now you and I must have got, definitely might have got the idea as to how to keep on the path consistently, and also how difficult it is. Those who don't do, they don't even know. But when we are trying, then we know how. One day it is interesting, another day not interesting, another day boring, another day in some other form. Sometime really it appears to be very inspiring and useful. That's how it goes on. But all these mood swings are of rajas tamas. Once we enter into the elimination of those two and come into sataguna, always our desire is to know the Lord through the means of all these adhyatmic sadhanas. It will happen less effortfully. Let us reach to that stage as early as possible. All the gunas, all the habits, all the influences which pull us away from this Shuddha Satguna practice of Adhyatmikata, may we all transcend. Keep that also in the mind. Now, in this 20th chapter, Bhagavan is summarizing to us the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and all spiritual sadhana. So wonderful, so detailed thing. And also, entire meditational prakriya Bhagavan teaches us in this chapter. Let us chant from Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Yogastrayo Maya Proktaha Nrunam Shreyo Vidhitsaya Jnanam Karma Cha Bhaktischa Nopayonyosti Kutrachito Nirvinnanam Jnana Yoga Jnasinam Iha Karmasu Teshu Anirvinna Chittanam Karma Yogastu Kaminam Yadruchaya Matkathadau Jatha Shraddhastu Ya Puman स न निर्विण्णो नातिसक्तः भक्तियोगोऽस्य सिद्धिदः तावत् कर्माणि कुर्मीत न निर्विद्येत यावत् मत्कथाश्रवणादौ वा श्रद्धा यावन्न जायते स्वधर्मस्थो यजन्यज्ञैः अनाशीः काम उद्धव न याति स्वर्गनरकौ यद्यप्यन्न समाचरेत् यद्यन्यन्न समाचरेत् अस्मिन् लोके वर्तमानः स्वधर्मस्थो अनघः शुचिः ज्ञानं विशुद्धमाप्नोति मद्भक्तिं वा यदृच्छया स्वर्गिणोऽप्येतमिच्छन्ति लोकं निरैणस्तथा साधकं ज्ञानभक्तिभ्याम् उभयं तत् असाधकं न परः न नरः स्वर्गतिं काङ्क्षेत नारकीं वा विचक्षणः नेमं लोकं च काङ्क्षेत देहावेशात् प्रमाद्यते एतद्विद्वान् पुरा मृत्योः अभवाय घटेत सः अप्रमत्तः इदं ज्ञात्वा मर्त्यमप्यर्थसिद्धिदं छिद्यमानं यमैरेतैः कृतनीडं वनस्पतिं खगः स्वकेतमुत्सृज्य क्षेमं याति हि अलम्पडः अहोरात्रैश्छिद्यमानं बुद्ध्वायुर्भयवेपतुः मुक्तसङ्गः परं बुद्ध्वा निरीह उपशाम्यते नृदेहमाद्यं सुलभं सुदुर्लभं प्लवं सुकल्पं गुरुकर्णधारं मयानुकूलेन नभस्वतेरितं पुमान् भवाब्धिं न तरेत् स आत्मः यदारम्भेषु निर्विण्णः विरक्तः संयतेन्द्रियः अभ्यसेत् आत्मनः योगी धारयेत् अचलं मनः अभ्यासेनात्मनो योगी धारयेदचलं मनः धार्यमाणं मनोयर्हि भ्राम्यदाश्वनवस्थितम् अतन्द्रितोऽनुरोधेन मार्गेणात्मवशं नयेत मनोगतिं न विसृजेत जितप्राणो जितेन्द्रियः सत्त्वसम्पन्नया बुद्ध्या मन आत्मवशं नयेत एष वै परमयोगः मनसः सङ्ग्रहः स्मृतः हृदयज्ञत्वमन्विच्छन् दम्यस्येवार्वतो मुहुः साङ्ख्येन सर्वभावानां प्रतिलोमानुलोमतः भवाप्ययावनुध्यायेतु मनो यावत् प्रसीदते निर्विण्णस्य विरक्तस्य पुरुषस्योक्तवेदिनः मनस्त्यजति दौरात्म्यं चिन्तितस्यानुचिन्तया यमादिभिर्योगपथैः आन्वीक्षिक्या च विद्यया ममार्चोपासनाभिर्वा नान्यैर्योग्यं स्मरेन्मनः यदि कुर्यात् प्रमादेन योगी कर्म विगर्हितं योगेनैव दहेदं हः नान्यत्तत्र कदाचन स्वे स्वेधिकारे या निष्ठा सगुणः परिकीर्तितः कर्मणां जातशुद्धानाम् अनेन नियमकृतः गुणदोषविधानेन सङ्गानां त्याजनेच्छया जातश्रद्धो मत्कथासु निर्विण्णः सर्वकर्मसु वेददुःखात्मकान् कामान् परित्यागेऽप्यनीश्वरः ततो भजेत मां प्रेतः श्रद्धाळुर्दृढनिश्चयः जुषमाणश्च तान् कामान् दुःखोदर्कांश्च गर्हयन् प्रोक्तेन भक्तियोगेन भजतो मा सकृन्मुनेः कामा हृदया नश्यन्ति सर्वे मयि हृदि स्थिते भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिः छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयाः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि मयि दृष्टेऽखिलात्मने तस्मान्मद्भक्तियुक्तस्य योगिनो वै मदात्मनः न ज्ञानं न च वैराग्यं प्रायः श्रेयो भवेदिह यत्कर्मभिर्यत्तपसा ज्ञानवैराग्यतश्च यतो योगेन दानधर्मेण श्रेयोभिरितरैरपि सर्वं मद्भक्तियोगेन मद्भक्तो लभतेऽञ्जसा स्वर्गापवर्गं मद्धाम कथञ्चित् यदि वाञ्छति न किञ्चित् साधवो धीरा भक्ता ह्येकान्तिनो मम वाञ्छन्त्यपि मया दत्तं कैवल्यम् अपुनर्भवं नैरवेक्षं परं राहुः निःश्रेयसमनल्पगं तस्मात् निराशिषो भक्तिः निरपेक्षस्य मे भवेत् न मयि एकान्तभक्तानां गुणदोषोद्भवा गुणाः साधूनां समचित्तानां बुद्धेः परमुपेयुषाम् एवमेतान्मयादिष्टान् अनुतिष्ठन्ति मे पदः क्षेमं विन्दन्ति मत्स्थानं यद्ब्रह्म परमं विदुः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे विंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्म श्री व्यासा शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चितकरेचिद। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिरित्वा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ विंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच। Salutations to all, to the Lord, to the Guru Parampara. Hope you all had a wonderful holy day today. In this 20th chapter, Uddhavaji's Prashna, Bhagavan started answering. Bhagavan said, to give the Shreyo Marga for the Purusha, those who have got Purushartha Samarthya, I only chalked out 3 Yoga Margas. The Jnana Yoga Marga, the Karma Yoga Marga, and the Bhakti Yoga Marga. Jnana Yoga is for those who are nirvinna in the karma, therefore, who are in the state of nyasa. For them, Jnana Yoga is given. What is there in that? The truth inquiry about it, meditation about it. Then those who are kaminaha, not nirvinna, for them, first karma, thereafter karma yoga is given to them. Karma is the varnashrama yukta dharma karma. Karma yoga is doing those karmas first for himself, then the family, for the totality, for the Lord. Slowly from this karma chakkar, one should evolve into the next level. And those who are neither fully vairagi, sannyasin, nor full of kamana, and yadruchaya jata shraddha, who have got natural inclination to the Lord. To them, the bhakti marga is given. All these 3 are given by Bhagavan only for the Shreyas when we practice. So, having said this one, now Bhagavan continues, Tavat karmani kurvita nirvidyeta yavata, na nirvidyeta yavata, mat katha sarvanadava shraddha yavana jayate. So, very interesting here. To enter into Nirveda or to enter into the Shraddha in Bhagavad Gita, you have to keep on doing karma. And this karma, as a karma yoga, when we keep on doing, because karma yoga, we are not having any phala, shakti, etc., definitely Nirveda comes. And that Nirveda, inside the heart, will create a jignasa. And that jignasa, sometime the jignasa will be, sometime for some seekers, it would be about wanting to know the substratum behind this entire world of forms and names. He will pursue Jnana Marga. For others, they feel like having presence of some Ishvara, some Bhagavad Rupa, who is running all this show, and he has got all Purana Itihas information. So through that he knows that through these upasanas, one can not only have darshan of that Bhagavan, even one can reach to those his loka, the Lord's loka. So he becomes a bhakta. But in both cases, karma is the one to be done. If karma is not done, it will be the mithyachari. Even for our daily necessities, we will have to depend on others, and sometimes we may enter into the negative path of dushkarma, which will add up to our own vasana samskara, to clean which again we have to go to narakayoni, pashyoni, etc. Else we become tamoguni more and more. So we are evolving from tamas to rajas to sattva to the shuddha sattva to paramatma. So it is not advisable again to go back. This is what is said in many other ways. If we don't engage our entire day's time, our entire Devendra Manabuddhyadi in some karma which give profit to us and others, then that mind intellect goes into the negative thoughts. If they are freely available, anytime they are available. Empty mind is a devil's workshop. So this is one thing. If you don't work, we become tamoguni, therefore keep on working. Second, that working should be not for karma phala, but to get yogyata for jnana or bhakti through nirveda and interest in the Bhagavad Katha. So it is every day. Do the seva, like morning we go do meditation. Daytime we go for our karma yoga. Evening we come and do the bhakti yoga. So to 99% people, whole day is only karma maya. They don't bring the topic of divine only. Slowly in the evening they start attending some bhakti shastra, and slowly that inspires them even to start the day with the early mornings Vedanta Vicharana. If somebody is this way involving early morning Vedanta Sravana Vicharana Dhyanam throughout the day doing the service, I'm talking about people who are in the services. We are not in service, so throughout the day we have to do sadhana only. And evening as they come for some time they are in the Bhagavad Charana through bhakti. Then they are doing the best thing. In course of time, the maturity start happening to him, where the revelations will happen about limitations of karma. Then expand your, involve in more and more upasanas, moreover, more in the jnana samuparjana. Those inspirations will come from within, or the Lord comes in form of some guru and keeps guiding us. So in this sloka, the meaning is tavat karmani kurvidya nanirvidyeta yavata. मत्कथादव श्रद्धा व श्रद्धा यावन्न चाहते. So karma ka utna hi limitation hai. But once you enter into bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, slowly karma adi we can reduce. When you reduce karma, then all responsibilities also have to finish. New responsibilities we should not take. And then we should not initiate so many kamanas in our sankalpa. Else again we will be pulled to do the karma, pushed to do the karma. That's how you can see in general bhakti or jnana, whichever marga anybody is following in their life, dependencies on the things and beings get very reduced, so that they are not under the obligation of involving in karma, which is endless, unnecessary. So beautiful that life. You can imagine. You can think about so many jnana yogis and bhakta yogis. They are not there in any of the relativity, any of the desire, any of the projects, etc. All that is put by Lord in one word, Sarva Dharman Pariteja. Then that Mamekam Sharanaraja includes both. Mamekam, I, the Lord of the whole universe, in the Bhakti Marga. Mamekam Sharanaraja means the self which is one without second in the Jnana Marga. In Bhakti Marga, Sharanagati is entire upadhis work for him without any apeksha, and he alone is there in the Manabuddhi. In the Jnana Marga, the Sharanamraja is dissolving even the Aham Vritti through the Akhanda Brahmakara Vritti, and even rising above that Akhanda Brahmakara Vritti into Vritti Rahita Shuddha Brahmanubhavam. That is the meaning of Mamekam Sharanam Raja in Gita. But for both of them, Sarva Dharman Pariteja. Thus, it's all gets interconnected. What you listen in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad and Bhagavata, Vishaya, you start understanding. Keep on listening. Now the next sloka in a capsule form, Bhagavan is summarizing the essence of all Shastras for our sadhana. Each one is so complete. And we pray, I pray for you and me, you pray for me and you, that our buddhi should be such in Sattaguna that it is able to grasp perfectly exactly that which the Lord is conveying to us through those shlokas. Not only we grasp the thing, but we should get immediately convinced about it. Not only we are convinced about it, immediately we should jump into that type of lifestyle, resulting into His grace taking us to the higher experience. ऐसा हम चाहना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि सुन रहे हैं, आधा सुन रहे हैं, सुनकर समझ में नहीं आता, समझ कर भी भूल जाते हैं. These are all the things where we have to cross. Is it not? Those all inabilities, which are because of our nature, because of the way of life we live, our own trainings, all of them we have to change. Actually, spiritual sadhana which seeks, which expects Shuddha Sataguna, starts from changing our food, changing our activities, changing our perceptions of the world through all the organs. That is how we slowly enter into the Shuddha Satoguna, where the moment the sloka is chanted or heard from your Guru, immediately the main essence is directly entering to us. ऐसा सुनना चाहिए. So these slokas expect or demand that type of attentiveness. They're beautiful. They're complete as we are saying every day. Now, Swadharmastaha, point 1. Yajan Yagnaihi, point 2. Anashihi Kama, point 3. Yadyat Yadi Anyat Na Samajayet, point 4. If in these 4 ways we are disciplining our life, then Nayati Swarga Narakau, that person will not go to Swarga and Naraka and again come back to the Bhuloka and again do Punya Papa and go to Swarga Naraka. He is getting slowly freed from these 3 worlds of Swarga, Naraka and Bhuloka. Then where is he going to? Into that 4th plane of our own essential nature in Jnana Marga, in Bhakti Marga, entering into the Loka of Paramatma, the Salokya Mukti it is called. So what are the 3 things? First, Swadharmastha. In that, doing our own dharma, avoiding totally another any dharma which is not our dharma. We all know that. And what is our dharma? Is the Varna Ashrama. In that Varna only, our professions come. According to our nature, we select our profession. That was in the past. Nowadays, whatever profession we get because of the competition, after getting profession, we change our nature according to that. In both cases, whatever profession we are in, justifying it by doing our due is called as Swadharma there. So, Swadharmastha. Swadharmastha. So, Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma already told. And then you are Bhakta, Bhakta Dharma, Sadhaka, Sadhaka Dharma, Shishya Ho, Shishya Dharma, Guru, Guru Dharma. All of that we have to note down. Not a big thing it is. If you sit 2-3 days, what we are, what are our dharma, we really come to know very clearly. So, Sadharmastha. Second is Yajan Yagnaihi. We have exhaustively explained yesterday. Both yajnas as prescribed by the Vedas we must do, and also some services to the world where our presence is appreciated or giving benefit to others. While doing these two, what we have to be careful is Anashihi Kama. Anashihi Kama means not desiring anything else. Anything we desire, it comes to us. But that coming of fulfillment of the desire denies from us the goal toward the ultimate truth. मन में कोई भी विषय का संकल्प हो गया, वो परमात्मा को पाने वाले इच्छा को न्यूट्रलाइज करता है. This Anashihi Kama is important. That's why, like that Nachiketa, like that Prahlada, we have to develop our heart to seek only Bhagavan. Today on holy day, one thought I am giving. What is that? Is do something or the other, but train yourself to seek only Bhagavan, only Bhagavan. Seek only the eternal. No permanent, no temporary thing, no coming and going thing. I just want the eternal. If you can that way train ourselves to seek the truth, the permanent, the eternal, the Lord, then in the heat of seeking that only, all other desires will go away, should go away. Anashihi Kama. And logically, how many times we explained again and again, it will be very boring and heavy. You already know it. Then the kamanas of the world demand the upadhis for working as well as enjoying. But Paramatma Anubhava demands the rising above the upadhi. So, if you want to achieve that Paramatma who is above the upadhi, how can we desire of that thing, desire some things to fulfill which we need the upadhi? Any upadhi, Manusya upadhi, Pashu upadhi, Pashu Pakshu upadhi, even Swargadi Devata upadhi. Is it not? You go to Swarga, then you get the different Deha. Naraka वहाँ यातना देह, भोग देह वहाँ मिलता है, यातना देह वहाँ मिलता है, कर्म देह इधर मिलता है. They are all upadi, but what is Paramatma is nirupadika. So ikkada anashik kama is again slowly we have to develop. Even when we are doing adhyatmic sadhana, knowing that this is has to be done when you start doing, there also will the result come or not, when will it come, that type of thought, anxious thought also we should not entertain. But ensure that you are on the path, ensure you are doing day by day what is to be done. It will happen when it has to happen. So anasi kama should be understood. All the three important. Swadharmastaha, yajan yagnaihi, anasi kama. Not even one kamana of anything. Right now only just see the mind, everyone. Just tatol kar dekhoge, so we can see still we have a lot of kamana. And the kamanas are about the enjoyment of the objects, enjoyments of the powers and positions, enjoyment of names and fames, enjoyment of some love concern from the people around. These type of things, they all come when we work, but they all bind us to be the jiva and deha. That's called samsari. संसारी को दुख नहीं होता, संसारी को संसार का सुख होता है, पारमार्थिक सुख नहीं होता. So here we are discussing about those who seek paramartha sukha. To such people anashi kama. So sadharmastaha yajan yagnaihi anashi kama uddhava, then na yati swarga narakau. Because in his effort there are no impressions, there are no papa punya involved, therefore he doesn't deserve the naraka and swarga. Along with that, one thing more he should do all the three, उन तीनों के साथ. What is the fourth one? यदि अन्यत न समाचरेत. What is the anyata? The nishiddha karma and kamya karma. Mainly the nishiddha prohibited karma, the papa karma. So पाप कर्म नहीं कर रहा है, इसलिए नरक नहीं जाएगा. Yajna he is doing, swadharma he is there in, but no kamana, therefore no swarga. कामना से यज्ञ आगा, स्वधर्म पुण्य करो तो स्वर्ग. So too, when we do the papa karma, we go to naraka. We are doing swadharma karma, we are serving the world, but we are not expecting even anything. Therefore, punya phala swarga, we don't get it. We are not asking it. Then only we will ask for Paramatma and we get Paramatma. That's what is the topic, which will be continuous. So to anyat na samacharet is, we are not doing any adharma, any papa. Very careful about it. The papa, adharma are what? Adharma is by which our presence is troubling our own place where we are working. And the papa is that by which others are troubled, given dukkha. Even thought level papa also we should stop doing. Nobody should suffer. That thought of somebody should suffer or somebody should get hurt or किसी को दुख होना है, ऐसे संकल्प विचार ही नहीं करना. Then vocally also we don't speak the words of ninda to trouble others. And physically the activities will not be to harm others. That is called not doing the papa karma. Means paropakara punyaya papaya parapedanam. Definitions are there for us to help. So parapida किसी भी कारण से नहीं करना ही पाप नहीं करना है. Then with nisheda as prescribed in the Shastra also, those nishedhatmaka, when we really do nisheda and don't do them, we are protecting from the papa. So yadi anyat na samachar. That's how how much time it is required for us to study Shastra and grasp in fact what is nishiddha karma, what is kama karma, what is dharma karma, what is yajna karma, what is upasana karma, then what is guru seva karma, then what is shravana mananam. लगाना पड़ता है फिर टाइम, तभी समझेंगे. Then we start doing. That's what we started in this life. It goes on for many lives till you get a pakka understanding about all this. In that what is to be avoided, what is to be involved in, वो clarity आता रहेगा. It can come in this very life, you may even start. If not, अगले 3-4 जन्म में मिल ही जाएगा हमको पक्का कि these are the ones to be avoided to grow in spiritual world. These are the ones to be done. And we do it also and you can see the result. Now we are in so many of vasanas, so many of obligations, so many of inner weaknesses, not fully convinced, therefore no inspiration, no aggression to give up all the things which pull us down. Not even that effort started. Forget effort, even thought that I have this negative prakriti in me, which is contradictory to spiritual evolution. I have to transcend this negative prakriti, I have to remove it. अभी वो उत्पन्न नहीं हुआ वो वृत्ति हमारे अंदर. I'm just telling you not to frighten you, but this is how a complete sadhaka is born, in which he is fully aware of all this and he is fully involved in doing that. देखो मैं तमोरा जो प्रकृति है मेरे मेरे अंदर, उसको मुझे पार करना है मैं विषयासक्त हूँ, उससे मुझे आगे बढ़ना है, मुझे परमात्मा के प्रति अभी रुचि नहीं बना है, उसको बनाना है, गुरु भक्ति नहीं हुआ, उसको दृढ़ करना है, रेगुलरिटी इज नॉट देयर इन द शास्त्र, अध्ययनम श्रवणम उसको सीधा करना है, एंड देर whatever studied I must note down, I have to contemplate on that. So many things when they are done, then sadhana is happening pakka. That takes time. That is why many lives, and that's nothing wrong. And it is for everyone it is like that one. Just like everyone will have to study those 17, 16 years to become graduate, no? 5th क्लास में उसको स्कूल में डालते हो तो ग्रेजुएशन के 15, 2, 17, 5, 18 साल 19 साल होते हैं. एवरीबडी सडनली नहीं होता. In the same way, in the spiritual evolution, reaching to Paramatma Anubhava through bhakti, through jnanam, or having his darshanam through bhakti, is the achievement achieved by every sadhaka in this way only. There is nothing wrong. If I know that I am in tamas rajas, there is nothing wrong. We have discovered it. We will reduce those tamas rajas. We become more and more sattvic. Then create that type of atmosphere around, visit those places, keep up that type of company. तो ये सब करना पड़ता है. You know, Adhyatmic sadhana is like any person who starts from his scratches, the beginning his business, and becomes, let us say, millionaire, if not multimillionaire, in some 33, 4 decades. Then how we'll have to tirelessly work and all. So to spiritual sadhana, to be able to understand things and start doing them, going through the difficulties, toughnesses, and in between some obstructions come, conquer them, ये सब करना पड़ता है. They are all not mentioned here. भगवान तो सीधा कहते हैं, first do your swadharma. What is swadharma? Refer back to chapter 3, 4 chapter before. I exhaustively told you. Then yajan yagnaihi. So yagnaihi yajan means in the spare time you do all the yajna. But the yajna of the Vaidika Kala is these yajnas in the interest of the world. In fact, in India, if all of at least few of us started some yajna for the Ukraine or Russia war to get ended, it would have been ended by now. We are doing at least Om Sri Anumate Nama, uska asar ho raha hai. So to yajan yajna and participating in some activities which are in the totality's interest, unbiased way, unclaiming anything. That is to spend their extra time after doing Swadharma. While doing both of the Anashi Kama $1,000,000 thought. Then never by any temptation do anyat the papa. Then Swarga Naraka, which are avajahi, we don't enter into that punarjanma problem. Punarabhijannam, punarabhimaranam. Then what will happen? This leads to what? When I follow all these 4 sadhanas, next loka, he says, Asmin loke vartamana swadharmastho anagha shuchihi jnanam vishuddhamapnoti madbhaktim va yadruchaya. See the kindness of Lord. The ऊपर जो साधना बताया उसको ऐड करते हुए he is making a topic complete. Now you have to logically think about it, understand the whole process there, and start doing also. He says, Asmin loke vartamana means again and again he'll be quickly given the human births. शरीर छोड़ दिया तो फिर से जन्म लेगा मनुष्य. Otherwise, depending on the punya karmas we do, how such a long time will we put in Swargaloka, we don't know. So too, depending on the papa done, how long will we put in Naraka or Pashyoni, we don't know. That is on because of punya papa. But in the above shloka, according to that, when we are anashi kamaha, then our the list of desires are minimized or not there, therefore will not be pushed into this Swarga or Naraka. Such people शरीर छोड़ते ही कम से कम समय में again they take human birth somewhere. You know, after leaving the body, when do we take again human birth? It depends on so many of prarabdhas and all. But here Bhagavan says, Asmin eva, asmin loke vartamana means one is while living here only you do sadhana and reach it. Second is what? He is coming back to again human loka because here only the Veda, Shastras, Guru, Satsanga, Shravana, Manana, Dhyana, Upasana, ityadi there, which are the means for evolution through Bhakti and Jnana Marga, were Asmin Loke Vartamana. So Asmin Loke Vartamana is Bhagwan's blessings. Ki you will get again human life. This in Gita, Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Brashta Vijayate, Adava Yoginam Eva Kule Bhavati Dimatam, Etad Dulaptaram Loke, Janvedidusam, Tattatram Buddhi Samyogam Labate Parvadahikam. Buddhi Somyogam Labate Parvadahika means in the earlier life where we stopped, that we start again here. Then Yatatecha Tata Bhuyaha Samsiddhau Purnandana. पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनव ह्रियते ह्यवशोभिसः जिज्ञासुरयोगस्य शब्द ब्रह्मात् वेदते प्रयत्नादितमानस्तु योगी संशुद्ध किल्बिषः अनेक जन्म संसिद्ध ततो याति परांगति. These are beautiful shlokas of Gita, 6th chapter. वो ये आप कंपेयर करके करो, मिलाकर समझो, the topic is clear. So in that case, Janma Marana is only to fulfill the dharma of the Deha, that it cannot live eternally at one level, therefore after certain age it will have to go. But inside Deha, I am there as sadhaka, my journey is continuing. In this life, I pursued sadhana, not reached the truth, and the body had to be left. Another Deha is given with better equipments and all. There also I continue to whatever possible we can do. Then there also not possible, the Deha is left. Another. Like that in some Janma, one gets to experience the self. We should become conscious of this and start doing it. That is the meaning of Asmin Loke Vartamana. And again he is adding what he said earlier, Swadharmastaha. Swadharmastaha, never going away from doing your Swadharma. And not doing the prohibitory karma, therefore Anaghaha. Through Swadharma, he is not even expecting any kamana, therefore all the inner impurities go away. That is called Shuchihi. So Bhagavan is adding the Shuchihi word here, and there Anyat na samacharet is explaining it as Anagaha. Swadharma is repeated, Asmin Loke Vartamana. So Asmin Loke Vartamana, living in human body only, Swadharmastaha, doing the Swadharma because of obligation, Anagaha, not committing sins of any sort because of any selfishness or desire, Shuchihi. The result of that is finding in himself that the heart is becoming pure. What is purity of heart, Shuchi? No cravings in that, no desires in that. Is it not? And another aspect of Shuchi is, if at all craving, desiring, it is only for Bhagavad Darshana, Bhagavad Anubhuti, Paramatatva Anubhuti. That is not a desire. That is a to be desire. That desire must be there. That's called Mumukshuta or Jignasa or Bhagat Prapti Avilasha. They are all healthy. Shubhecha कहते हैं उसको. Remember these four words. Asmin Loke Vartamanaha, Swadharmarthaha, Anagaha, Shuchi. I am giving it as 10 seconds time for you to grasp. So while living human life, fulfilling all dharmas, seeing that no sin is done, therefore no agham, then Shuchi, result of all that we see, that our heart is free from kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsari, irsha, dvesha. Koi bhi nahi hai antakaran mein. That is called Shuchi. Such person will never comment on anything, will not give opinions for anything just like that. For everything he says, everything is Lord's grace, I don't know about it. The saying that I don't know is called a pure heart. Why? Because it is again about the world. I want to see the God, then I will try to see God only. In the God, everything is divine only. So I don't label something as this or that. Therefore, that pure heart is there. Shuchihi. To understand the Shuchi, every one of us right now close the eyes and look into heart. How many lust and passion, greeds, desires, they're all gurgling, waiting, asking us, Acha, acha, classmates, utho, utho. Everything a thought is pushing us. They're all the Ashuchis. Now imagine that all of them are not there. Because of the absence of them, tamas rajas is not there. Because of the absence of tamas and rajas, sattva is there. The sattva guna is absolute alertness, awareness. With that idea, with that qualification, with that readiness, if you study Bhagavata, do japa, do upasana, puja, how beautifully that will give the result. Keep in mind that also. Four words are said. So, asmin loke vartamana sadharmastha anagaha shuchihi. Then what will happen to such person? Jnanam vishuddham apnoti. Slowly he will be qualified for the Vishuddha Jnanam and he gets it. Now, a lot of gaps to be filled up there, Bhagwan, what he said. So that Jnana apnoti kaisa hoga? Definitely you will be going to the Guru or Guru comes to your life. Then his Upadesha slowly start influencing you in trying to search for that Paramatma. When you ask him, Guru says Paramatma is nowhere anywhere else. He is in your own heart as your own self. And that self, the heart in your own heart is covered by these your five notional individualities called a Panchakosha or three Deha or three Avastha. Then with this is sadhana, this is vicharana, this is inquiry, this is deep contemplation. When you transcend them, then you will see your own self. Experiencing the self is called Vishuddha Jnana Prapti. Here, at that level of experience, ज्ञान को पाना परमात्मा को पाना परमात्मा का अनुभव करना परमात्मा का दर्शन करना these are all words but all of them indicate the experience that I have realized the truth. I have experienced the truth. I am established in the truth. पद कुछ भी यूज करो बट वो अनुभव के ऊपर दृष्टि लगाना. Here it is said as Jnanam Vishuddham Apnoti. Now, how can be Jnanam Vishuddha? Can be Ashuddha Jnana also? Shuddha Jnana also? Yeah. Today morning in 18th chapter, didn't we chant? The three types of Satvika Jnana, Rajasika Jnana, and Tamasika Jnana. That is Satvik Jnana where one is seen in the many. Many are promoted as a Rajasik Jnana. And among that, one thing is held on to as a real, that is called Tamasika. Jnanam three times according to three type three gunas we said. So Ashuddha Jnana is world is real, I am the individual, I need the world for my bhoga. Shuddha Jnana is slowly you are practicing values, you are practicing your the emotions of devotions, etc. Vishuddha Jnana means realizing, experiencing that one Satchidananda alone and that is me. And what is the absence of Ashuddhi and that Vishuddha Jnana? Morning Upanishad class, where the Dvaita Jagat is totally absent. It is never born. Remember, one of the Mandukya mantras is already said. The Jagat is neither born by the Maya, nor born by imaginations, nor born itself, nor born by the truth. Pandya putro na mayapi jayate. That sloka, if you remember. The horn of the hair are neither born in imagination nor in Maya nor on the hair also. Rabbit. In the same way, in the Vishuddha Jnanam, that Ajata Sthiti or that presence of one Paramatma alone. See, simple, it's only a trick of the mind if you can conquer. When you see a golden idol made of Lord Rama, if you are able to see the gold, you have realized Rama or anybody. What is there is gold only everywhere. But it is in the form of Rama or another idol is made of Hanuman or Sita or even Ravan. क्या फर्क पड़ता है मेरी दृष्टि उस पर है ही नहीं है. Now today, yesterday, the day before and day tomorrow, day after, we are studying only this subject in our Mandukya Upanishad, that it is because of your Abhinivesha, your drishti shifted from the gold to the forms. And the form will create the disturbances in the form of the abhasa appearance. And you start giving reality to the abhasa. See, while watching a movie, though actors are acting, showing their skill to entertain us. Whether it's a comedy or tragedy or emotion or actional, I am only here to enjoy entertaining. Neither the actor's action is real nor the cinema is real, nothing. In that time, what's happening? You are seeing the movie, enjoying it, but not attributing any reality to it. Then it doesn't become samsara to you. In the same way, is a trick of the mind which imagines the pot in the mud which gives value to the pot, which goes on clinging onto the pot at the cost of the mud. It's all the play of the mind. While doing all that, mud is not changed, it is as it is. So too, what is always is there is only Paramatma. Is a trick of the mind in which is playing the role of imagining the world in Paramatma, giving reality to that imagination, doing all the beautification of this reality made world, and getting attracted towards that. Once you get attracted, then you need it, you feel like it's all goes on. All that, when that is not there, the Dvandva Dvaita is not at all there. Sthula Sukshma Karana are not at all there. Samashti Veshti are not at all there. Only one experience. That's called Vishuddhi Jnanam Apnoti. Again, parampara. That apnoti is only on seat of meditation. In the seat of meditation, the Guru pushes from here, the Lord pulls from you there, if we have so much devotion to them. But for them to push and for the Lord to pull us, we should be sitting on meditation seat with all the convinced knowledge about the truth. For that contemplation, for that reflection, for that making the homework, for that regularly being in the class, for that going to the Guru, for that keeping away the world. नो these are all things unsaid but they are all included. ये बहुत बार बताए हैं, इसलिए हर बार नहीं बताते, उनको बताए कि समझदार है श्रोता, नहीं ये तो स्वामी तो है ही, वो बताएंगे. हियर भगवान इज गिविंग, व्हेन यू से ना, अच्छा जो मैंने कहा तुमने कर दिया, हाँ तो फिर काम हो गया, हो जाएगा सर, बट उसमें इतने स्टेप्स है, तुम्हें जो करना कर दिया ना, हो जाएगा, मैं बता रहा हूँ ना. दैट टाइप ऑफ एश्योरेंस भगवान इज सेज, या इफ यू आर डूइंग दिस फोर अस्मिन् लोके वर्तमाना स्वधर्मस्थ अनघ शुचि ज्ञानमिश्रम आपनोति, मानो हो गया, इट्स अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ ओनली टाइम, मिल ही जाएगा तुमको. Some speed breakers होंगे बीच में. Sometime you may lazy tired. Sometime you may go for shopping here and there. Never mind. I will come in the form of Guru and see to it that you are put on the track. Like you put this child in the school. Till you put in the school, he is so unruly and wild. Once you join him, हो जाएगा. तुरंत नहीं होएगा. But slowly with all the love, those trained teachers, it make the child first of all sit. सबसे बड़ा नरक टीचर्स को होता है बच्चे को बैठाना. बच्चे बैठना नहीं जानते. You see your grandchildren up the age of 4 5, they can't sit unless you sit, the vidya cannot be taught. So they, with all the effort, they make him sit, they make him listen, they make him write on the slate I or all that. हो जाएगा, he will become a graduate, but not right now, but slowly it starts. You joined him in the school. In the same way, in this Mano Janma, you are doing Swadharma, not doing any Papa, you are finding your inner Antakarna purity, then slowly हो जाएगा कि ज्ञानम विशुद्धम. Another thing is what? Ki mad bhaktim va, or mad bhakti you will get. You start getting interest in me, in my stories, my leelas, my gunagana, my dhama, my rupa, my nama, and variety of upasanas to me. And see this interesting thing called as love, that is endless, and the efforts to express love also are endless. Thus, a bhakta goes on expressing the love to Paramatma in so many ways. And in each way, there is many things. Like somebody expresses as writing a bhajan. In that bhajana, 100 bhajans he'll write. In every bhajana, he'll write different way. Somebody does something else, upasana. He does upasana. In that upasana, and so many things are there. You can see some of the bhaktas, भगवान को सुलाने में ही they spend घंटा. भगवान को खिलाने में they spend 3 घंटा. And in that they make ये 56 भोग लगाते वहाँ. In Vrindavan today, in holy day, as well as in Dwaraka. अब बना के उनको खिलाते जाते हैं. Now, these are all expressions of bhakti. So he will enjoy expressing that devotion in so many ways. Either that will happen or the Vishuddha Jnana will come to me when you fulfill the above said 3 things. Having being born as a human. So these are each of the shloka which are systematically straightforward telling us what to do and what we will get. So Jnana Vishuddham apnoti atava mad bhaktirev cha atava apnoti mad bhaktim va. Yadruchya. Yadruchya means you don't worry, you will be given some guidance, keep on following that. Yadruchikata means from our standpoint. But from the total standpoint, the Lord is seeing every jiva's evolution. Then requiring at that level, the Lord will send different gurus, etc. Until one becomes truly wanting to evolve, the Sadguru is not sent. Till that time, parents only are the gurus. Uncles, aunties are the gurus. neighbors are the gurus, somebody are the guru. they all लोग थोड़ा थोड़ा अपना बताए, but शास्त्रोक्त विधि विधान से बताने वाले गुरु तभी मिलेंगे when God sees in us the jiva that we are ready to receive it. All of them are also gurus because we have learned from them also. But really शास्त्रोक्त विधि विधान से पढ़ना from the guru ही होगा. That will happen yadruchaya. Yadruchikata means you don't worry. You just keep on pursuing, it will happen. Now, in that, I tell you one or two things to understand. What is in our hands, we must do. That is the above said things. Swadharmastaha anagaha shuchi. Then, after yadruchaya means what? Don't think the world is without a Lord to supervise it. I am there. Leave it to me. मैं करता हूँ, तुम चिंता मत करो. ये श्रद्धा इतनी जरूरत है. नहीं तो क्या होगा? With Shraddha is, if Shraddha is not there, the doubt will come. What doubt? All this I'll do. I'll be the sinless person. I'll purify my heart, and I also do my Swadharma. But if the Lord will come, will something happen? With that Shraddha, our attention on what we have to do goes away. When we fully attend and do what we are supposed to do, what will help us to do that? The Shraddha. Shraddha in what? This sentence of the Lord, that Yadruchaya, you don't worry, it will be taken care. Like with what Shraddha we are eating food every day? With Shraddha, that there is a digestive system inside, it will digest. Do you ever think about कितने हजारों बार खाए अभी तक, कितने बार चिंताग्रस्त हुए हम हाजम के बारे में? Only sometime when you overeaten in 3 marriages went uninvited. Or old age, no exercise, therefore digestion nahi ho raha. But before that, we went on eating with Shraddha that the system is working. So too the system works here. That the Lord appears in some form and pushes us in bhakti or jnana. About that you don't worry, you focus on this. A higher level में क्या है? Once you become sadhaka, doing sadhana is swadharma. Like you and I are doing. Daily listening is becoming a sadharma. And while doing so, anagaha, we are not doing any sin. And we are trying to see our desire for knowing truth is growing. That is called shuchi. Let it happen. Bhagavan says, Yadruchaya Jnana Bhakti Mapnoti here means the deep understanding of the truth, it reveals to you. Sometimes स्वप्न में ही आता है. Before you sleep, suddenly Mandukya is a thought, you remember and you become little deeper in your contemplation. That is the meaning of Yadruchaya. कभी कभी बस स्टैंड में इंतजार करते हुए आपको सडनली वेदांत का बात याद आता होगा. Yeah, Yadruchaya means somewhere you are sudden, like you are sleeping. Suddenly you remember the Lord, Krishna, Rama, and you just visualize them. You do upasana to them. This all happen. That's called Yadruchaya. That is the experience of Jnana Bhakti coming to us. It's not the ultimate, but this is how I'm going to guide you. You leave it to me. Have Shraddha in me. Yadruchaya word I'm explaining. From your side, it is Yadruchika, but from my side, I know what to give to whom. You don't worry to say that Yadruchaya. And also it will happen. Therefore have faith. But do what you have to do because I can't do it for you. Swadharmastah अस्मिन् लोके वर्तमानः स्वधर्मस्थः अनघः शुचिः ज्ञानं विशुद्धम् आपनोति मद्भक्तिं वा यदृच्छया. And what is Jnanam Bhakti Karma Yoga? He is going to tell after 7-8 slokas. Now he is just giving us, like anything we go for buying, then he'll explain the qualities of it, utilities of it. Once you are convinced about it, then the transaction, the cost, then bargaining and all that. After that, then the sale deed, purchase deed, जो भी होता है, all the things subsequently follow. तो here also भगवान first is telling us 3 path है, उन तीनों में आपको आगे बढ़ना है. तो उसमें do karma till you get bhakti and jnana. Doing karma means living in swadharma and not doing any papa ityadi and seeing the result of it in the form of your own antakarana shuddhi. Then definitely Yadruchikata say you will get Vishuddha Jnanam or you will get supreme devotion to me. Are you understanding? Are you listening? Are you feeling some interest in that? If we are feeling it, then after 7-8 slokas, he will tell the deeper processes also. After 7. But before that, he is continuously inspiring us now. Next sloka he says, Swarginopi etamichande lokam nirainas tatha sadhakam jnana bhakti bhyam Ubhayam tat asadhakam. It's an added extra information which is inspirational. He says, Swarginaha api etam ichanti lokam. This human loka, the human deha, Even the beings who are enjoying Swarga Bhoga, they also desire. Yesterday, while closing the class, we chanted these shlokas only of our Venkateshwara Suprabhatam. Martya Manushya Bhavane Matimashrayante Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. You remember that? Swarga Pavarga Padavim Paramam Shrayantah Martya Manushya Bhavane Matimashrayante Sri Venkatachalapate Tava Suprabhatam. Tvaggopurakrashirikarani nirikshamaanaha. So, one is what? I'll tell you the meaning of those two shlokas. One is having done lot of punya, they are being taken by the Devadutas in the chariot. He just looked back. They saw those people who are taken to Sarga, the Gopura of Bhagavan Sri Tirupati Balaji. The moment he saw, they forgot, "Arey, instead of staying here and doing devotion to the Lord, we did punya and going to the Swarga. Swarga mein bhog hoga, but not the prema and bhakti which we can show to the Lord. Ayyo, I have done unnecessarily my punya. Let this punya be over quickly. Let me come back. This time, pakka, I will only do my upasana to Sri Venkateswara Swami." That's what the Swarga going people think. That is the meaning of one shloka. Another shloka is what? The people who are singing the glory of Tirupati Balaji and doing bhajana, kirtana, seva to him, just once they looked at the watch while doing so, they found that one kalpa kalam is over. And the opportunity to serve is only for one kalpa kala. They feel so bad, अरे time खत्म हो गया, अरे बाबा हमको भगवान को और सेवा करने का मौका नहीं है कि भगवान also dissolves, entire सृष्टि also dissolves, again till the next सृष्टि comes, I have to wait, again I am given human life, then I continue for one kalpa kala doing service. In fact, what is kalpa, mahakalpa? As we told you, one kalpa is one day of Brahmadeva, where 1,000 Chaturyugas are there. In each Chaturyuga, Kruta, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Kali, 432,000 years. The Dwapara is double of it, Treta is triple of it, and Satyuga is 4 times. चारों मिलाकर 40-45 लाख साल एक चतुर्युग ऐसे 1000 चतुर्युग हो तो एक कल्प होता है. Means such a long kalpa also he is worshipped Venkateshwara Swami, yet he is not satisfied. That is joy and beauty in love, devotion. Kalpagama akalanaya akulatam labante. करते 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 टाइम हो गया. That prema, pure prema, not the attachments and all passions, the real devotion. It's beautiful. But somehow in this today's world, because of not getting a fit example to get inspired, or we are not in the company of that people for a long time, and also we are in the company of only the desirous people, the possibility of that pure love we are not understanding. That selfless love, that also for the Lord called as devotion, it is so beautiful. Seek that love. Either seek the eternal truth, seek that pure love of the Lord. There are people, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhus, the Ramakrishnas, the Ramadasas, the Tulsi, they are all beautiful. उनका फिर बार बार पढ़ना है. आप वो चाहते हो ना तो उसी में रहना है. When you come out, then you will get the suffocating thoughts also. Great it is. So, having said so, Swarginaha api etam icchanti lokam. Okay? Nirainaha tatha. So to the Narakavasi. Swargavasi say, if we have done so much punya and unnecessarily we going to the Swarga, but we'll be doing sadhana only in Manusha, therefore quickly may we get the Manusha Yoni. So to people in Naraka say, we were in human life, given such a chance to do sadhana and reach the truth. Instead of that, for small little sukha and bhoga, we did so many papa, now see the result, we are in the Naraka. So both of them उताला होकर कहते हैं जल्दी जल्दी हमको ह्यूमन बीइंग बनाओ. Why is it so? Because second line sadhakam jnana bhaktibhyam. So this manushya loka alone is sadhaka to give us the mukti through the sadhana of the jnana and bhakti. तो ज्ञान भक्ति के द्वारा मुक्ति का साधक है मनुष्य जीवन. उभयम तत् असाधकम, the other two, the Naraka Yoni and the Pashupakshadi Yoni and Swargadi Bhoga Yoni, they are not sadhakam. Bhagavan Krishna himself is telling here. Which you can see as a sample in this modern world, except some exceptions. Those are in luxuriously living life with lots of wealth. Their whole time is spent only in spending that money and enjoying. वो लोग पेरिस घूमना चाहते हैं, फिर मास्को मास्को भी नहीं जाएँगे रशिया में। They will only be busy in going to which of these enjoyment place, which hotel to stay, what to eat, what shopping to do, what new car to buy. Will they have any time for any spiritual? Except few exceptions तो हमेशा होते हैं. They are yoga parashtas, but otherwise you can see in this world. So too, those are in Naraka, when those are lacking money or diseased and all, their entire mind's attention is only how to get livelihood or money, how to get free from the disease. उनका मन वहाँ होता नहीं. स्वर्ग नरक का एग्जाम्पल हम बता रहे to say that when one is in Swarga or Naraka, they cannot focus on the Bhakti Jnana, which is the sadhana for Mukti. Because I can't take you to Swarga and Naraka to show there, in the earth only, whoever are experiencing life like Swarga and Naraka, their examples are told. To justify what Lord said, Lord says, Ubayam tat asadhakam. Means what? In Swarga and Naraka, you cannot practice Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga, which is a Mukti sadhaka. In Naraka, Naraka is like a jail. Except in some funny places, whatever the jail may rules है, you have to follow there. नरक में तुम ध्यान के लिए बैठते हो, चल ध्यान ध्यान शड़ा, तुमको अभी नरक के दुख का फल मिलना है, बस तेरे को तेल में डाल के पकौड़े बनाएंगे. यू आर नॉट गिवन चांस देयर. इन स्वर्गा यू डोंट टेक चांस बिकॉज मजा मजा आ रहा है. इन नरका यू आर नॉट गिवन चांस बिकॉज सजा सजा मिल रहा है. जो मजा में है, सजा में है, वो पूजा कैसे करेगा? You cannot. But in the human life, Swarga is not that much, so Naraka nahi hai. So in between we are there. That is why you have all chances to do Papa to go to Naraka, to do Punya to go to Swarga, and to do Sadhana, Bhakti Jnana to reach the Moksha. Let us be very clear about it. Thoroughly inside our heart. There should be no doubt, ambiguity after this. Then decide, you want Swarga or Naraka or Moksha. Then do those things. भगवान कह रहे हैं हाँ, इवन स्वर्गवासी नरकवासी दोनों ह्यूमन लाइफ चाहते हैं, बिकॉज बोथ ऑफ देम आर थ्रू ज्ञान एंड भक्ति साधकम. साधक मतलब आपको दिलाने वाले. दे आर द वंस हु गेट यू व्हाट नेचुरली मुक्ति. सो मुक्ति वर्ड यू हैव टू ऐड. ओके, मुक्ति साधकम ज्ञान भक्ति भ्याम. व्हाट इज दैट? मनुष्य लोक. व्हाट अबाउट स्वर्ग एंड नरक? तद उभयम असाधकम. दे वोंट गिव यू. नो, हाउ मच इट शुड नाउ फील इन आवर हार्ट्स. The inspiration, therefore, to encash every moment of our human life to do sadhana. Now, this is only beginning. In the next 3 shlokas, Bhagavan is going to tell you the complete picture to inspire us. बस इसको daily पढ़ो तो आपका inspiration level sustain रहेगा. By which neither papa we do, nor punya we do, nor bhoga we do, nor nidra we do. What we do is only sadhana. Enough of bhoga, enough of papa, enough of nidra, enough of punya. No need all of them. Only nirantar sadhana. थक गए थोड़ा. That's why asupte ramurte kalam nayad vedanta chintaya, as it is said, till you are deeply getting sleep and till we die, we have to go on doing only Vedanta Chintana as well as our Bhakti Upasana. Or this is how a fully matured sadhaka's life. We are not so. Therefore हम classes तो attend करते हैं, बाकी time पूरा दिल दिमाग से नहीं कर पाते. We are on the process. We also reach to that level. So far, if you see the summary of it, Bhagavan said, 3 paths I have given for Shreyas. Bhakti Jnana Karma. In that Bhakti Jnana give Mukti. But Karma you have to do to exhaust the Vasanas. How to do? By being in Swadharma. While being in the Swadharma, when you are doing Yajna Karma also, without any Kamana expectation, and not doing Papa Karma, you will not go to Naraka and Swarga. Not only that, living in this very life, when you are in Swadharma, and seeing that you are not doing any sin, and observing the purity that is happening, you will get both Vishuddha Jnanam as well as Bhakti. There's no doubt about it. And to justify it, Bhagavan says, only in human life, through the Bhakti and Jnana, one can get Mukti. I am human being now. अब कितना दिमाग में घुसना है, घुसकर जो हमारे अंदर के एनिमी है उसको निकालना है. What is enemy? We think human life is better than animals. Animals cannot have some bhoga. We only can have, therefore, we are using the human life, which is the mukti karana, for just some experiences and bhoga only. Those are the negative thoughts which are there in us. They have to be eliminated by this arrow of positive thought that human life is for moksha through bhakti jnana. Let me use it for that and that and that alone. Otherwise, like those people who retire, I just give this example only just to make people aware, not have any biasness for anybody. Other people I can't talk because they're busy in serving the world in their service period. They're busy in taking care of their children and all. Retirement, what I mean literally is those who have finished their duty for the world through their job, their parents have gone away, and their children are settled, they are free. That's the meaning of retired. Your services are done for the world, they are happy. And the parents have taken whatever service you could do, they left this world. General cases में once retired 60 years, parents होते होंगे, some of them know. And children also, by that age of your retirement, they are almost on to. वहाँ से लेकर, how are the thoughts? 3 months I'll enjoy, 6 months I'll enjoy. This is how the mind comes into. Instead of that, if somebody is wise enough, matured, he says, "अरे अब तक because of my obligatory duties, I could not do my bhakti sadhana, jnana sadhana. I will do fully that only." Such people regularly come to class. They don't have other obligations. Otherwise, even at the age of 60, 70, some skills you have to learn, and some technical thing you learn, and somewhere you apply, and some job you do. अब ठीक है परिपक्वता नहीं है, we are not making or finding it as fault, but only saying भगवान सबका भला करे. No, see, ultimately, no guru will help us. Every guru will advise us. It is we who have to help. Again, morning class only. It is my own abhinivation. See, I am tired, therefore I watch TV. Or I am tired, let me take Bhagwan's name. Tiredness is same. But to do that, watch TV or to take the name of Lord or to sleep. तीनों किसके हाथ में है बताओ. So too, my nature in the mind is to learn some external skill outside and serve the world. It may be nature, but in the wisdom, you also must know what is the goal. In the conviction of the goal, should we not change our nature? I'm asking question for not to answer me and shut my mouth. Think for everyone. These are all applicable to such people who have plenty of freedom given, yet not doing sadhana. Swarginobhyatamicchanti tatha niraynastata. Niray means naraka. Tatha sadhakam jnana bhakti bhyam uvem tada sadhakam. That is why this 13th shloka is Bhagwan's advice. देखो जब कभी भगवान को स्ट्रांगली एडवाइस करते हैं गुरु, ऐसे इमेजिन मत करो कि आपके अधिकारों को छीन रहे हैं और आपके ऊपर वो लोग हुकूमत कर रहे हैं. दैट्स ओनली लव. Is it not? They just think that you are listening to them. When they know, think that you are listening to them, they feel like telling you the best in a best manner, like in Gita. Because Arjuna said, Shishyasteham Shadimam, Bhagavan took it literally. That's why Yudhyasva, 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 Manmana Bhava, Madbhakta, Sarvadaman Pariteja. All of them are lot lakara, means orders. How did Bhagavan give order to Arjuna? In general, he will not give. He never gave throughout life. But here with Arjuna surrendered, that prompted the Lord to tell. And why Lord told like that? Because that is a Shreyo Marga. अब देखो आजकल के दिनों में श्रेय मार्ग भी करो कर कम नहीं कह सकते. चॉइस देना पड़ रहा है. भाई चॉइस देना बिकॉज अदर्स थिंक कि दखल अंदाज मत करो. Is it not? They don't say, but they behave like so many times I give homework. None of you do it. What is the meaning of that? You just Adam don't have right in involving our life. That is the meaning. You are given only permission to talk on the class. Beyond that, don't tell us. It's our life. Whether you say it or not, you feel it or not, you mean it or not. That's meaning is that. Otherwise, will you not do it? Anything said, if you take it as order, order means you have to do it. That's it. But very rarely when we surrender, the God gives that type of order like looking instruction. That also suggestion only. Again, with all the order given, Bhagavan is wise not to involve. Toward the end, what did he say? Yathechasi tatha kuru. But vimrusheta dasheshena. Whatever I said, do all the vimarshana, discussion, contemplation on that, and decide what is best for you and do. I wish you all the best. I'm always with you. Here also dekho, narah swargatim kanksheta narakim va vichakshana nemam lokam cha kanksheta dehaveshat pramadyate. See, this is a logical conclusion of the thought development in the last five shlokas. And this is the best advice which Lord can give. And if you are a true devotee of the Lord, you can take it as Bhagavan's order. Logical conclusion, advice or order. In whatever the way you take, but take it. कभी कभी ऑर्डर, कभी कभी सजेशन एडवाइस, कभी कभी कंक्लूजन लॉजिकल, लॉजिकल कंक्लूजन ऑफ लास्ट फोर श्लोकास. व्हाट इज दैट कि विचक्षण, vichakshana means the one who is discriminative, means who can do the discrimination with intellect and find what is good or what is bad, or want to find what is good or bad, decide what is good or bad. It's called as vichakshana. Vichakshana means समझदार, not बेवकूफ, the one who is mature, जिसका दिमाग काम कर रहा है. अब देखो, इन आवर लैंग्वेज वी हैव टू से नाउ, ये विचक्षणा. See, chakshana means looking at. Vichakshana means looking very conspicuously and clearly to decide what is good or not. When the children, especially the girls, women, they go for those earrings or whatever, they look at every one of them very vichakshana. In that, so much of thinking they do. The size of it, the weight of it, also the cost of it, the color of it, its suitability to their own complication and the dress they have. Then they discard 10 and 11th one they select. What did they do there? Vichakshana. In the same way, in our life also, we must know where the Shreyas is for us. The one who is able to decide it is called Vichakshana. Such a Vichakshana, what he should do is Bhagavan's order as an advice or the conclusion of the earlier discussion. What is that? Na naraha swargatim kankshet. So Vichakshana naraha swargatim na kankshet. They don't desire swarga. Because in swarga, swarga bhoga you will get, but not bhakti jnana to get the mukti. That is the logical conclusion and also advice of the Lord. And is very strong order. तुम मांगोगे तो मैं दूंगा, लेकिन मांगो मत. Vichakshana naraha swargatim nakangshet. Swargatim means not only swarga after death, even while living a better place of stay, better comforts, better luxuries, all of that falls in the word of swarga. Because when you seek it, it will be given. Because it is given, you indulge in that. By the time you are indulging in that, the time is over. You will not be able to do sadhana. And just like I gave value to the Swarga type better happiness from this standpoint, when I go there, the tendency in me to look for something better prompts me to look for something better. Again, I will do the Kanksha for that. And from there, it is endless. That's why one very trick of the mind to conquer is what? If you say no, you have to say it now. If you cannot say no now, you cannot say no never, even tomorrow also. Very subtle point it is. If you can say no, you can say no now itself. If you cannot say no now, you can't say tomorrow. That is why your स्वर्ग means what? Better than this. ऐसा मत सोचो स्वामी जी मैं सिंगल बेडरूम में हूँ, डबल बेडरूम में जाऊंगा तो एक बेडरूम पूजा रूम में बना के मैं पूजा करूंगा. That is called स्वर्ग कांक्षा. That is why संतृप्ति is required at that level. Enough, जो है सो है. अब माइंड पूरा भगवान पे लगाना है. इनफैक्ट when you put your mind in God through bhakti or jnana, you are neither aware of your upadhi nor about the world, whether it is comfortable or non-comfortable. How do you know? Whether it is in sleep or in coma or upasana or meditation. Once you put on the AC and sleep, after that AC है कि non AC पता ही नहीं चलता. सो टू कोमा में, सो टू समाधि में, ये सब ऊपर ऊपर की चीजें हैं, ज्यादा वैल्यू नहीं करना. सो नाइदर सीक स्वर्ग नॉर सीक बेटर. So Swarga seek karoge to you'll be involving only in the Agniyaga. If you seek some higher sukha and all, then you will try to do some business, some investments and all. And then you always say, ये करूँगा वो मिलेगा उसके बाद I will become spiritual. Remember बेटा, तब भी ये सब छोड़ने के बाद ही spirituality होगा. अब जो कम पैसा है, कम चीजें इसी को नहीं छोड़ पा रहे हो, अब ज्यादा हो गया, मेहनत से कमाया, उस समय छोड़ने को बोले तो होगा ही नहीं. To do bhakti jnana, we have to detach from the world. The world which we have to detach now is very less because our possessions are less. If you say, I'll get the better things, after that I'll do sadhana. To do sadhana, you have to get rid of them or leave them. You'll not like to live because they are of more value by that time. Because the smaller value you could not give up now, how can you give the other thing which is more valuable? These are all logical fallacies. That's how we get cheated by our mind. ये आराम से पता नहीं चलता जब तक till we don't objectify our mind and ego, we will never understand that our mind and ego are our own biggest enemy and our spiritual sadhana. In mind we do whatever we like to do. In ego we do only, we don't listen to others. जो मैं चाहता हूँ वही करता हूँ, दैट इज मनमानी करना, और मैं जो चाहता हूँ वही करूंगा, किसी की बात नहीं सुनूंगा, ये अहंकार कहलाता है. जब तक इन दोनों को ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं बनाते तब तक नहीं पता चलता कि शत्रु है. These two shatrus as a mitra trouble us in so many ways. One of them is this one. This all is explanation for what Lord said, don't seek swarga if you are a vichakshana. न स्वर्गम न नरः कश्चित् न नरः स्वर्गतिम कांक्षेतु विचक्षणः. सो टू नारकीम, नो नरक का कांक्षा कोई नहीं करेगा, बट द कर्मास, द दुष्कर्मा पाप कर्मा which will necessarily push us into naraka, we do it. Therefore don't do papa karma is the meaning of don't desire naraka. सच ए क्लियर एडवाइस. देखो भगवान खुद ही नरक बनाए, स्वर्ग बनाए, मोक्ष स्थिति दिया, ह्यूमन लाइफ बनाया, मनोबुद्धि इंटेलेक्ट दिया, देन स्वर्ग नरक जाने के लिए पाप पुण्य करने की शक्तियां दी, साधना करने की शक्तियां दी. देन ही गेव अस भागवता, ही गेव अस शुकदेवा, ही गेव अस सम आचार्य टू टीच अस. सब सुनकर वी हैव टू बी वाइज टू डिसाइड व्हाट इज बेस्ट एंड डू एंड रीच आउट. So don't do papa to go to swarga, naraka, and don't seek swarga and waste your time for that. Because swarga मिलेगा लेकिन वहाँ ज्ञान भक्ति नहीं होंगे. Underline that. Only in human life you can do. दो हो गया न स्वर्गम न कांक्षेत न नारकीम. Then next one he says न इमम लोकम च कांक्षेता. देखो even this kanksha to be coming to the earth also don't have too much. No, it is very sublime. It's थोड़ा सा सबको पकड़ में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन थोड़े में हम समझा देंगे, ज्यादा नहीं. वन व्हाट भगवान सेड उसका हेल्प लेंगे इन जनरल आल्सो. व्हाट इज दैट? इवन इन भूलोक आल्सो स्वम सुखास आर देयर, प्रेमास आर देयर, डोंट गेट बाउंड बाय देम आल्सो. Why this particularly saying Bhagavan? The thing is what? As we said 15 minutes back, what the Naraka fellow says, let me go to Bhuloka and do sadhana. Is it not? What the Swarga fellow says, let me go to Bhuloka and do sadhana. Is it not? Both of them are sent to Bhuloka. The moment they come to Bhuloka as human being through the womb of the mother, suddenly the mother, the father, the grandfather, grandmother, and the brother, they start giving this fellow so much love, value, importance. इसको लग रहा है यार क्या मजेदार है बात करके. He will get stuck up in that only. Any example for that? You see your own face in the mirror. We all are example for that only. The taste of love we received from parents and all, so beautiful. That same thing we keep on seeking from somebody or the other throughout life. जो मिला हो enjoy किया, जो नहीं मिला उसको seek कर रहे. Again, even after getting human life, after praying from Naraka and Swarga, instead of using it for Bhakti Jnana, are we all not caught up in all this or what? Is it not? That is the reason. बिकॉज भूलोक में ना कर्म का फल तुरंत होता है, सामने ही दिखता है, और वही टेम्पटेशन होता है और वो भी हमको फंसाता है. दैट्स व्हाई भगवान सेज ना इमम लोकम च कांक्षेता. दिस इज आवर एक्सप्लेनेशन एंड रीजन गिवन बाय द लॉर्ड इज व्हाट? देह आवेशात प्रमाद्यति. Now this is a huge subject for hours together I have to talk on, but shortcut में बताएंगे कि once we come into human deha, as I said just now, the human body has so much of sophistications, so many of abilities in that so many possibilities are there. Each of the possibility tempt us to spend some time for that. देह तादात्म्य से भोग भी होगा और ह्यूमन लाइफ के एबिलिटीज के कारण कुछ ना कुछ करने को मन होएगा और बहुत कुछ करेंगे, लेकिन जो करना है वो नहीं करेंगे. All that in one sentence Bhagavan Adishankara says in the first shloka of Bhajagovindam, samprapte sannihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukrum karane. When the time of departure comes, All that which we do, called as Dukrum Karane, is not going to help you. And what is going to help you? Something other than Dukrum Karanam. And what is that? Bhaja Govinda. So everything other than Vajagovindam is Dukrum Karane, and none of them will help you when the time of departure or death comes from stopping you from going into Swarga or Naraka. If you remember all those slokas and all, you can understand what is said. Human life में आते हैं ना, so many things. I'll just give you a list of few. You look others, so either you get inspired by them, or you get into a jealousy because of them, or you build a healthy competition from them. Then you also want to do such thing. है कि नहीं? डॉक्टर को देखा डॉक्टर बनने का मन होता है, एक्टर को देखा एक्टर बनने का मन होता है, ट्रैक्टर को देखा ट्रैक्टर बनने का होता है. And all are possible. I know you feel like playing sports because so many sports are there. You feel like learning so many dances, and you give variety of names to them. These are all the different kalas and all this. Through all these kala, the kala tapasvi, do the आराधना of भगवान. अब कुछ भी करो, but you are फंस गए कि नहीं किसी न किसी में. Even this giving lecture on Bhagavat also is fasna. It is nothing to do with Anubhava Paramatma. But I am caught up in this. That is the meaning of Deha Aveshat Pramadhyati. एक तो देह ह्यूमन का इतने सारे भोग पाने का कैपेसिटी it has got. They were either in that, or human life has the senses, the body, the mind, intellect, its sophistications. With that, so many possibilities, endless. So one after the other, we go on, get tempted, and we keep on doing that. While doing so, we forget the Lord. Forget the Lord is called pramadhyati here. Pramada means accident. Pramada means forgetting the main goal. वही कहते हैं आए थे होटल हरिभजन को होटल लगे कपास. सुना है ना कड़ाहत. We all as human beings have come only to know the truth through bhakti har jnana. This is the actual fact. But the entire human race, except some exception, thinks something else to be done or achieved through human. Like every political leader or every government servant for that matter should enter into that for only single purpose of serving praja. That's the goal. That's the meaning of Rajaniti Shastra. But how many truly know it and do it? And everybody follows the other person. The other person doesn't know this. I give that example, any example for that matter. So too, a fact is this, a bitter fact, blunt fact is this. Human being means through bhakti and jnana we should get mukti. Anything else doing is dukrum karane or pramada. Now, they are one thing we have to understand. Okay? Something we can do, it doesn't mean that we must do. Something we can achieve doesn't mean that we should put effort to achieve. In that can में क्या होता है ना, must जो है miss हो जाता है. What we must do, we forget, and we do what we can and what we want. Can and want go together always. I want to do and I can do and I will do. But what I must do, nobody told, I also don't know. Bhagavan is telling here, you must reach me through Bhakti Jnana, that is a must. All other only you can, but you want. Can and want are taking you away from the must. Pramadhyati. Neimam lokam cha kangsheta deha avesha pramad. Another pramada is what deha avesha, always fear of old age, death or disease, protecting this. इसको भोग दे दो, रोग से बचाओ, योग मत कराओ. देहावेशात् प्रमाद्यते. One pramada because of bhaya, one is because of bhoga, another is because of temptation, another one is I want to do something and give it to this world. किस world को तुम दे रहे हो, आंख बंद कर तो खत्म होता है. You have to take the help of Mandukya Rishi, where you say Ajatavada. There's no world created. That is why that shloka, Telugu में है, वो तो हर जगह पे है. How many kings have come? How many great, what is it? Contributors to the world have come. Where are they? नाम निशान भी नहीं उनका. And what goes with them is only what sadhana they have done. The other day, when that Amma died, singer great, Lata Mata, somebody sent a message of her last message. I lived the age of 90 years. The life is ephemeral. It is some बड़ा वो message. It's a good one I read. But sir, मजाक से भी कहा हम तो शास्त्र पढ़ रहे हैं. I replied to them along with that. If she also added this, that I have not wasted my life only for this, but I used this time for bhakti and jnana and evolved so much in my spirituality, for that these gurus have helped me, these shastras helped me. If she also added that to her fulfillment, it would have been Sonepe Suhaga. I replied. She entertained with her 30, 40,000 songs for so many decades. What she takes with her is what she has done spiritually. Mainly, the punya will take her to Swarga, it will bring back again. No, I am giving an example because when you take such famous examples, हमको थोड़ा सा. Now, compared to doing nothing, that is better again. At least कुछ तो contribute कर रहे हो दुनिया को. But after that, I have to aim only at mukti through bhakti and jnana. So don't seek Swarga, don't get caught up with a human body, and don't do such bad by going into Naraka. That is called Vichakshana Nara. Then what to do? As long as I am alive, only involved in Bhakti Jnana, Bhakti Jnana. And what is Bhakti, what is Jnana? Already told, again it will be told. This is the only way for removing all the cobwebs of value, importance given to the outer world and inner psychological world. Then only the Bhagavan who is beyond this to the reality, the truth is revealed. After that only is Mukti. अदरवाइज हम क्या है ना अपने द्वारा बनाए हुए जाल में फंसेंगे वही कर रहे हैं हम आई एम कॉट अप इन द कॉप वेब्स क्रिएटेड बाय मी ओनली साइकोलॉजिकली एंड आउटसाइड थोड़ा ये गंभीर बात है पीपल अच्छा लगता नहीं लोगों को ये पसंद आता नहीं बट व्हेन यू आर स्टडीइंग मुक्ति स्कंदा 11th वन वर्ड्स ऑफ कृष्णा बिफोर ही डिपार्ट्स एंड एंड ऑफ द स्कंदा तो वी शुड बी फियरलेस इन टेलिंग द ट्रुथ truth is this we are creating our own cocoon around and we are getting cocooned. Nobody is cause for it and we only have to come out. What is the meaning of all that? Don't go for naraka or swarga or bhuloka, but being in the bhuloka only bhakti jnana are possible. You are already human, no, use the time only for bhakti jnana. Say this 1,000 times to yourself and see that that 1,000 times said thing becomes so powerful to initiate us into sadhana and start enjoying it. That is the conclusion today. Then the next four shlokas are so powerful. Majedar matlab majedar. Don't miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow means every day you will have very sublime thoughts that are given. We will conclude today. Thank you one and all. Let us listen to our Valmiki Ramayanam. In that Aditya Hridayam, we chanted in Bhagavata about the Bhakti Jnana. When we enter into Valmiki Ramayana, the Bhakti is taught. When you enter into Adhyatma Ramayana, Jnana is taught. For us, in the evening, all the three are happening. Those who realize it, those who are acknowledging it, they get benefit out of it by being regular. अब हिंदी में वाल्मीकि रामायण सुनने आ जाओ.